Hey guys, welcome to Route 16. I am your host Javon, and today we have a brand new benchmark that is on Silent Hill F for the PC. We're going to do something different today. I wanted to test Silent Hill F on some lower end hardware. That's right, today we're testing it out on an i5-4460S, way below the minimum requirements for this game. We'll be testing it with 16GB DDR3 RAM and dual channel memory, and we're running with a GTX 1070, which is overkill for this CPU anyway. I wanted to see how far this CPU could perform right out of the gate. As you can see, I'm running at some very low settings right now. We're going to cap just to see. I was curious to see. So right off the bat, this CPU can do about, what, 89 FPS? The GPU obviously isn't doing a damn thing. We're not actually going to play the game like this. I want to see if we can get a smooth experience with a lower end CPU. And we're going to try a few of them actually and go down. So right now we're running at the low preset basically. We will go up as time goes on, but we kind of just want to see how the GPU will perform. So right now this is 1080p low. We are using FXAA. Let's use TA instead. And we're going to play the game like this. Let it load in first, which may take a bit longer due to the CPU. But other than that, let's uncap the frame rate. We're still getting over 80 frames with this CPU. Now the CPU is being completely maxed out. But imagine that. Now, those requirements were ridiculous for this game. If I can get over 90 frames here, with all the foliage and on the lowest settings, man, that tells you a lot. Now, obviously, once again, my CPU is completely back at 100%. It's an older CPU. I can't remember when it came out, but I really should have looked that up. I was looking it up, and then I got bored and moved on. Wait, actually, you know what? I can look that up while I'm doing this. No, I cannot, because everything started to stutter, which means my audio is having issues. So no, I can't. 2014, there you go. I did it, see? See how fast that was? That's when you're recording on a different capture card. You can do stuff like that. So yeah, we're running with, it's actually doing quite well at 1080p low. I'm surprised. Now, in the town area, it's going to get better until it doesn't, because that's probably when Silent Hill, where all the crazy stuff happens, but for what it's worth, it's hammering itself quite well. I'm very proud of you, i5, very proud indeed. This frame rate is quite crazy for this CPU, a 4-core 4-threaded CPU. Silent Hill F is very optimized in certain areas, and in other areas, not so much. That was a big stutter there. There was that was a big, huge frame drop there. But that is the game. That happens on every CPU. I've seen a lot of videos on this game. It has some issues all around the board. We're going to go up to medium in a second, but I want to just carry on a bit further. We're going to play it for a while here just to see. Once again, I'm going to test this on some really low-end hardware, maybe even a higher end. Can this run a cutscene? Yes, it can.
Excuse me.
So it looks like Silent Hill. It actually looks like Silent Hill F is playable on an i5-4460S. Those requirements were ridiculously off the mark. You can play this on some pretty low-end hardware, man. And trust me, it's going to get lower end from here. The next CPU you're going to see tested is like a Pentium. Like, I'm going low. Now, obviously, low settings looks like absolute crap.
Find another way.
So, let's go up a bit in the performance. Once again, that was native. We weren't even using FSR. That's kind of crazy. But my CPU showed it could only do around 80 anyway. Let's obviously turn up some things to make things look better. Shadow quality medium. Let's go to medium for everything. Obviously that's gonna put a bit more on the CPU. Let's let that load in for a second. Okay, the game looks way better now. Capture the FPS once again. And still, what I'm really surprised about is there's not much stuttering. These are the types of games where it's like I can't necessarily use FSR because it's not gonna do anything. The CPU is being completely cooked. I'm not gonna get much more frames out of it if I use FSR right now, but later on maybe we can. Otherwise, my GPU, look at the GTX 1070, bro, 52 degrees. I don't know the last time I've done a benchmark where it's just sat there for like 3 minutes. It's insane. My GPU be chilling. It's like, nah, bro, this CPU ain't cutting it for me. You gonna need 1440p for this, bro. But other than that, it scares me to see my CPU paid at 100%, dude. I can't handle the pain of seeing that at 100%. This is a really big stutter here. Get ready for it. Yep. As you can see, my CPU is 100%. Because my CPU is slower, normally this loads through quicker. It's gonna take a bit longer because of the CPU. It's loading in a new area. Just give it a second, and everything judders. It does this on every single set of hardware I've ever tested this on. It does it on all of them. So that's just Silent Hill's optimization in this area. Unfortunately, we just gotta wait it out a bit, or maybe just walk. Let me just walk past there. But yeah, this is egregious. This is bad. Normally, it's done by now. It ain't finishing. It ain't finishing. It's like, what do you think I am? A game? Yes, I kind of do. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. Holy crap, this is not finishing. And that next cutscene, when I skip, is going to be jarring because it's really intensive. I kind of wish it would stop. I feel like right here. Okay, there you go. Holy crap, that was long. Man, that was long. Okay, so we're going to add in some. No, I'm not. I was just going to say we're going to add in FSR. Never add in FSR when you have a CPU bottleneck. It makes no sense. Okay? There's no point. The GPU chilling. The GPU got a lot of breathing room right now. So you're running into issues here where the CPU is a bit struggling. Like I said, I'm going to play for a while. But yeah, this is where I was worried about. But it's still close to 30. It's still hovering on 30. That got really loud for a second there, so I just kind of said, you know what, I'm going to just pause and wait out here. But yeah, that's what happens with a CPU bottleneck. It's not enjoyable. Now, once again, if you cap this to 30 FPS, for the most part, this is not going to be the worst thing in the world. Like, if I was to say just cap to 30 right now, my CPU obviously gets alleviated. And look at that frame rate graph. Frame rate graph gets way better. It's way smoother. Because this game can do 30 frames per second. Now, if you're a crazy person and you're not doing a benchmark and you want to play it naturally, well, unfortunate. But if you want to play this at 30, for the most part, I think that this can handle 30 FPS. Obviously, this is a benchmark, so we're not doing that. But, you know, it is nice that it can perform this well on such an old CPU. I mean, 4 cores and 4 threads, like i5-4460, man, is rough. For a game today, and this game is a bit CPU demanding. Just the specs just aren't what they appear to be, okay? You can get away with a lot lower end stuff to play this game. That's just the reality of it.
Is that you, Shu?
But like I said, we're gonna play it for like a little longer, and then we'll stop off and see what happens. I don't want to go higher with the settings because we're gonna run into issues with the CPU more so. Actually, we're gonna do optimized settings where I'm gonna disable some things that actually are affecting the CPU more than anything else. And then we're gonna stop there. We might actually change the FSR, but view distance, that is CPU intensive as hell. Shadow quality is also CPU intensive. These I kind of need on, dude. It makes the game look better. Everything else we're pretty much okay with. And we can probably get away with FSR at this point. Maybe set the quality. And
Shoo.
I probably would leave it like this.
Rinko.
CPU is hammered at 100%. Hammered. But it's probably for the best, really. Like I said, don't play this. Don't actually play this at an uncapped frame rate. I would not. Wait, what? Wait, why was I even hurt? I thought I healed myself. I could have sworn I healed myself. Completely healed myself. Guess not. There's a whoops on my part. Wait, where am I going? There you go. Honestly, I don't think I could play like this. I'd rather play at 30 FPS. I can't play like this. But, you know, for you guys out there who have, let's say you got an old CPU, you got a new GPU coming in, but you don't have a new computer, this is what awaits you. Pain. Only pain. Because that's all this is.
Anyone here?
This is what happens. You need a better CPU. But necessarily, it's not the worst thing in the world. That's what I can really say. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's serviceable. How bad you want to play Silent Hill F? I always kind of say these types of things. How bad you want to play? You can get away with 30 FPS in this game at night with an i5-4460. Now, can we do that with a Pentium? Now that's gonna be crazy. But other than that, I actually can't wait to test that out. Actually, I'm really curious about that. Oh, they got the bloody key. Yeah, come out here. You're doing great. You're doing great. Uh-huh. Oh, come on, I dodged. I don't need you getting caught up on the geometry, Hinako. Come on. Let's get into some combat and see what happens. I mean, for the most part, this has been a really... Just looking at the frame rate has been nuts. Seeing what this can do in a game that came out in 2025, this CPU can push over 60 frames. Hi. I need you to move out the way, please. Just chilling in my way, like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to... Good buddy, I'm gonna need you to get out the way. Kind of messing with my style here. We're gonna get into some more combat. Now, I made a reference to this. Oh crap, sorry about that. I forgot to tell you. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't have my VRAM up for how much the GTX 1070 is using. I knew I was forgetting something. It's not really fine. It's fine. This video is more about the i5-4460S than the GTX 1070 anyway. Okay, let's see how combat does. Is combat gonna be a stuttery mess? It's kind of really where I'm at. That was fast. That was way too fast. Like, pull that out. That's better. Now the frame times on it, it is rough, but no, it's not stuttering. Okay. That did okay. That was not the worst thing in the world. I'm okay with this. Once again, CPU is completely pegged at 100%. I just needed to stun you for a sec. Later. Later, kid. Oh crap, wrong way.
Shu, where are you?
And here is where I really wanted to get back to, because here is going to be very demanding as well. A lot more stuff's going on here.